What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another gaming sessions. And I'm sure you know who Gabe Newell is. If you don't know who Gabe is, he's one of the, mascots, just revolutionary gaming genius that everyone loves. Gabe is like Hideo Kojima. It's hard to find anybody who dislikes him. And there's apparently a lawsuit that's taking place right now that Gabe, who apparently is not in the best health right now, there's some COVID concerns, and he's a bigger dude, so obviously health concerns is something that is understandable and that you should be careful with, especially around flu season, which is now. But this whole lawsuit that's taking place is rather interesting. So basically, Valve CEO Gabe Newell has been ordered to attend an in-person deposition regarding an antitrust lawsuit filed by Wolfire Games. In an order filed on November 16th, and this is from GameIndustry.biz, in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Washington, Wolfire Games said Newell is uniquely positioned to testify on all aspects of Valve's business strategy, which he is. I mean, the dude runs Valve. So, and that in-person deposition would allow it to adequately assess Newell's credibility. Newell had asked for a remote deposition due to concerns regarding COVID. Again, it's something that's understandable given the fact he could have health issues right now. We don't know. We're hoping not. We're hoping, Gabe, you're in the best of health. But however, the court said Newell has presented insubstantial evidence to suggest that he is at particular risk of serious illness, and as a result has been ordered to attend the deposition in person. The order states that all participants have to wear masks during the deposition and that Newell must remove his mask when answering questions. Wolfire Games filed an antitrust lawsuit against Valve in April of 2021 for anti-competitive practices on Steam. So this is the part that gets really interesting. As somebody who is studying law, and my brother Rocky, he is getting near the end, and he's getting closer and closer to getting his law degree and being a lawyer. This is something that I'm sure is interesting him as well. But the filing centered around the 30% cut that the platform holder takes, with the developer arguing that Valve used dominance to take an extraordinarily high cut from nearly every sale that passes through its store, and that it has used its position to exploit publishers and consumers. Now, the claim was initially dismissed in November of 2021, with the U.S. District Judge arguing that the complaint did not articulate sufficient facts to plausibly allege an antitrust injury based on that market. The document concluded that Wolfire Games could file another complaint addressing the highlighted issues, which it did in May of 2022, as reported by Game Developer. So I wanted to look into basically what the antitrust lawsuit, the one that was filed in April of 2021, what it go into like further detail about this, and since Valve's 30% cut is at the heart of the lawsuit. So the defendants pointed out that roughly 75% of PC game sales in the U.S. are made through Steam. Okay, so I just wanted to look it up, and according to Statista.com, Steam sales accounted for 74.6% of gaming PC sales. So PC gaming sales. That is a huge chunk. So do they have kind of a monopoly on the PC gaming market? You can argue that. I think they do have a huge competitive advantage, and I do think they do dictate a lot of pricing structures. Basically, for me, from a gamer's perspective, Steam has always been the best place to buy games because they don't charge $70 for a new game. They charge $60. They understand that they don't have any manufacturing costs, and it's all done digitally. Unlike Xbox, unlike Sony, PlayStation, who charges $70, the same price. Even if you were to get the instruction manual, if you were to get the case, if you were to get everything that you would expect if you bought the game physically. When it comes to Steam's refund policy, they have the best refund policy by far. It seems like PlayStation is rather complicated, or it takes a long time before you're ever able to get a refund from them. Microsoft, Xbox, I don't know. But I probably would guess that they are difficult to get a refund from as well. It just Steam makes everything so easy. And that's part of the reason why they have such a huge grasp, like a huge slice of the pie when it comes to PC game sales, is because they have the best platform. They have the best sales. They have the best pricing. They treat their gamers right. And that's the reason why they have such a huge competitive advantage, and that's why they have such a huge piece of the pie. And you don't see like Epic Game Store. And Game Store is actually pretty good. You get some pretty solid free games every single month that you don't have to pay for, and you don't have to pay for a membership, unlike PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass. You literally just have to have an account on Epic Game Store, and you get the 2 free games or 3 games, or I think sometimes I even see 4 free games per month with Epic Game Store, but it's awesome. It's great. But the lawsuit added that Valve takes advantage of being in such a dominant position to exploit publishers and consumers. One aspect of Valve's scheme, the defendant said, is its Steam key price parity provision, which ensures that publishers won't sell their game for a better price on another platform. As a result of these practices, other stores struggle to compete with Steam, and developers and publishers reportedly have no choice but to continue selling on Valve's storefront. Removing all doubts about its policing power, Valve also reserves the right to deny keys or revoke key requesting privileges if they disadvantage Steam customers, the lawsuit read. And while this language is couched in terms of protecting Steam customers, this is a charade. Those customers are the same ones that can and do purchase Steam keys on other storefronts besides the Steam store. They are harmed when they cannot find games for lower prices elsewhere because Valve has restrained price competition through its price parity provision. Moreover, Valve explicitly instructs publishers that Valve enforces this provision to avoid a situation where customers get a worse offer on the Steam store. But another way, Valve uses this restriction to prevent customers from getting a better deal anywhere other than the Steam store. Thus, rival distributors have no meaningful way to attract publisher customers and take away share from Valve because their efforts to compete on price by charging lower commissions are blocked by Valve's price parity requirements. The lawsuit directly references other stores and their effort to compete with Steam, including the Epic Game Stores, which offers a much lower cut than Steam at 12%. Epic is reportedly set to lose at least $330 million in its efforts to compete with Steam. And it's not a surprise. Epic's Game Store, when it first came out, its rollout was terrible. The platform was not very good. It didn't function correctly. Now, people wanted to give it a chance because you always want competition. Competition is a good thing. When you have competition, it usually benefits the consumer. Essentially, Steam, Valve, they're not gonna. It's gonna take a while before consumers or customers or gamers want to switch to another storefront. If all of your games are on Steam, and it makes it even easier when you have something like Steam Deck. I'm not going to go over to Epic Game Store and all of a sudden start buying games over there. Now, the one thing that I think that really stands out about this lawsuit, and I think that is very important, is if there is something preventing the game publishers or just the game studios in general from having lower prices on other platforms, like maybe they get a better deal or whatever it might be, then I think that is a serious issue. I think that is something that Steam should be called out for, Valve should be called out for, because I don't think that is fair. I think when I go on Humble Bumble and I sit there and I get a CD key for like Remnant 2, which My brother and me recently got Remnant 2, and when we purchased it on PC, we got this CD key from like a third party, but it was essentially, it was like $20 cheaper than what Steam was charging for the game. It was like, oh no, it was 25, and then Steam had the game on sale for 35. The game's normally priced at 50, so we bought it and we got the CD key, and the CD key worked perfectly fine, and there was nothing wrong with it. So part of this also has me questioning, like, what is the bigger issue here? Because if I'm going on another site and I purchase a CD key because it's cheaper on another site, and I'm still able to use that CD key to get the game in the Steam store, then what's the problem? But overall, we're gonna definitely continue to follow this whole lawsuit, because I don't know how much this really has impact, or how much this could really change how things are done in terms of PC game sales. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Steam does have almost like a monopoly when it comes to the PC game sales market? Or do you think this is kind of just like a lot of nothing, and there's no real issue here? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, maybe if you ever bought a CD key from a third-party website and then it didn't work with Steam, let us know in the comments down below, because I'm very curious to know how many people have had issues buying CD keys from third-party websites and then using them on Steam, and then they just don't work. I haven't. I've bought a lot of CD keys from third-party websites with me and my brother Rocky, and I don't think I can't remember a time we ran into an issue. So I am curious. Let us know. Also down below, you'll find the description where me and my brother Rocky's all his socials are located. And then also, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications, so you don't miss out on us talking about this case once Gabe Newell talks in the future. And thank you so much for chilling with me during this gaming session. We'll see you all in the next one.
I spaced out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open up a newer curse. If I swim too far, then my head goes under. If we take it as it is, then there ain't no wonder. It's hard to imagine that just one